This is the place we just toured, and it was used as a school. Let's see what this plaque says.
It's a half hour from here.
This is a museum about Winnsboro, South Carolina. And we get to take our own tour, which is fine with us. They're working on the place too. Yeah, that is pretty. That baby doll. Koala. What's a koala doing here?
Story.
Oh, no, it's fine.
George Ladd, I think he was from either Maryland or Pennsylvania or somewhere up there. He was a painter. And he came down the wagon road to Richmond, Virginia, and he met Catherine Stratton. He married her, so she became Catherine Ladd. A lot of people know about Catherine Ladd around here. Anyway, so George asked John, where do the kids go to school here? And he said, they homeschool. So he said, you build a school, my wife will be your first teacher. So sure enough, he built a school, built a boarding house, because he had to travel by horse and buggy to get there.
Mm-hmm.
So he built a boarding house with it. And this painting was done in 1842, something like that.
Oh, wow.
So his wife was Drusilla Mobley, and she died 1808, so he had the housekeeper's picture done.
Oh.
Now, apparently she taught the kids Bible, and he was a Mason.
I was gonna say, I know he was a Mason.
He got a trial on a square. But anyway, Mary Metter, we don't have any record of him being his second wife, but he could have been a companion or something.
Mm-hmm.
They're all up in age by then.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty smart guy. He said, well, I want the school to last and all that, so I'm gonna set this whole area up as a trust.
Oh, wow.
And he put 3 of his sons as trustees, and it's been passed down the family ever since. You can go out 215, you'll see a historical sign, the old buildings are in there. And they keep maintaining them. So this is Christopher Columbus Feaster, one of his sons, and he married Mary Norris. And this is Nathan Feaster. He was a lawyer, another one of his sons. And then he had a third son that was one of the trustees.
That's interesting. I'm not from.
And who would this be at the fireplace?
This lady here is, I can't think of her name right now. I do genealogy. I don't.
Oh, okay.
No names, right?
Yeah.
I keep telling
I do
you,
too.
I keep telling you, I need to label stuff better. But that's an old bear, that's this old bear. They're real good friends with the wolf family. And you ever heard of Baroque?
I'm not from South Carolina originally. We just moved here a couple years ago.
National.
Oh, Baruch, yeah.
He grew up here too, down the street. This green
Oh,
house
okay.
that has all the windows out.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we were
The
talking
wolves
about that
lived
house.
out on a plantation in their house. Anything, it could be 15 acres or 10 acres. But they call them plantations back there. It had a little bit of acres.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's misnomer, I guess. But some did have, thousands of acres. But the little house right down here that's like about to fall down, that's the wolf house.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to
Are they
preserve.
going to restore that eventually?
They're trying to preserve it. They're looking for someone to buy it.
Oh, okay.
But their plantation got burned, so they moved the town right after the war. So that house was built right after the war. Yeah. The reason I mentioned to you about her is we go back over here. Did you start over here?
Sure.
I'm gonna tell you this, and so we can leave this room.
You want me to turn off this light?
Nah. This one right here. Let's see. I always bring it. This was in the kitchen house.
Okay.
It survived. The plantation was burned, but this survived.
Oh, wow.
We had it appraised, and he said it was before 1860, because after the war, things were symmetrical.
Mm-hmm.
He said the fact that that back panel is not the same size as the one next to it, it's before 1860. And the family folklore is that the slaves built it, and there's some old bevel glass still in there.
And you can
that's
see
why
the
it
waffly
survived.
glass, so that's not new either.
Yeah, that's why it survived. And Fraser also said the only thing, like this is modern, been added later.
Oh, okay.
The pole knobs. He said that wasn't original, but that's pretty much it. The rest of it is. But anyway, that lady from Richmond called us and said, we want to get this back to Fairfield. Because they took it out of Fairfield.
Oh.
And they wanted to get it back to Fairfield, so that nobody in the family had big houses that had tall ceilings anymore, so
Yeah.
they sent it to us. So it's back home.
Well, that's good.
Very cool.
Over here is right there. Anna Wolf, I think. This is Edith Lyles. This is her 1835 piano. We still play this piano during the Christmas gala.
How neat.
It hadn't been tuned since COVID, so I don't know if they're going to play this year with it or not, but they usually do.
Oh, what does this remind me of, Cindy?
This is her bust over here.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Graves decorations.
My grandmother had these ornaments.
Oh, yeah.
I got
Yeah.
one left that wasn't broke.
Yeah. We had some of those. That's her bust right there. It's just they had money.
Wow, look at that. Deb, look at the top of that mirror.
Oh, I know it. Gorgeous. I come in these kind of houses, it's like, I could live here.
There's a few around. Some might be for sale.
There you go.
Nathan Johnson house over here is for sale.
They want you to fix
Two
them.
blocks away.
We just bought one a couple years ago.
This is a Dr. Mobley. I don't remember his full name. It is in the southwest corner down toward the Broad River, down over that way, south of Lincolnville.
Yeah.
He was like, like Doc Adams on Gunsmoke.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of doctor he was. He went out in a buggy and went around to visit people at their houses.
Oh.
This guy right here, he's John McCall IV. He died at 6, so they think this,
Oh.
not too. He might be 4 or 5 there, but he died at 6. We've had people come in here just to see this,
Really?
because this is a Scarborough,
I don't know.
some famous painter.
Oh,
You
okay.
got a Scarborough? Yeah, we got a Scarborough. When they're looking at this, and that's all they look at.
Where's the money then?
And these two people here, this is Colonel David Providence. He was born in Kentucky. During the war, he fought with, I believe, Mississippi, Alabama, or Arkansas. He was a colonel. And apparently, he must have been with Joe Wheeler's cavalry, because Joe Wheeler was and Kilpatrick were aggravating each other.
Mm-hmm.
And Kilpatrick came through the county in the area that they lived. See, Elizabeth Hall is from here. So anyway, they got married and Rock Creek Baptist is where they're at. He's buried across the street. You like little stories?
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, he had a premonition that, we don't know why he's buried across the street, but anyway. Cemetery's on this side of the road, he's over here by himself.
Oh.
On the hill, kinda like he's overlooking the church.
Uh-huh.
He said he wanted to be buried with nothing. Being a colonel, he could have had his uniform, swords, all that stuff. He said, I want to be buried with nothing because I have a premonition, I had a dream that sometime in the near future, which was 30 years later, he says, grave robbers are going to dig me up.
Oh.
I want them to find nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said, they're going to set me up by the tree. Sure enough, when they found that he had been brought up from the grave, he was sitting by the tree. It's like he had his premonition.
Oh my gosh, how freaky.
I can tell you a lot of stuff that's been going on around here.
Oh, this town is rich with history.
Well, that was her teacher. They moved to town, and their house was right next door where this theater and the gas pile was. Their house was right there, and they got burned by Sherman's troops. They tried to burn this one, but it's brick.
Oh wow.
And she had a girls' school here. Had a girls' school. This is her when she was older.
Oh, okay.
Senior Martha Ladd. Catherine Ladd. You can come over here, I'll get out of your way.
That's okay. I was just getting the glare off.
This right here clock is pretty rare. William Gregg had a clock company in Charleston. So most of his clocks are made in Charleston.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Now he had a branch office in Columbia, and this one says Columbia, so this was made in Columbia. A lot more rare.
Yeah.
It's a weighted clock. You probably start those weights and then just keep on trucking.
Mhm.
Just weights. What's neat too is up here, you can tell what time of day it is, if it's daytime or night.
Oh, a little sun and the moon.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are very old.
Huh.
And this right here, this is Joseph McCrate. That's a Confederate uniform. McCrates are very plentiful in this area. The picture here is a picture of what this cooking pot would have looked like in the middle of the village there.
I was wondering what that was.
And they call it prehistoric because they had this tested, it was 1,100 years old. So
Oh, wow.
it's been here before Columbus and all that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
They found this whenever the water was right down at Wateree.
Mm-hmm.
They found this, and they found some jars too, which they usually have out here, but they got some Christmas stuff out. This is Wateree and Catawba Nation.
Mm-hmm.
So they found it out here. And you can read about it. That's how a lot of them got the Europeans killed off some of the Indians, because they had a cooking pot. If you think about it, you got a cup, you go to the same common pot and dip into it.
Mm-hmm.
So when the Europeans dipped into it, they put germs that they weren't
Yeah.
used to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
No, we don't want your cooties.
that's the office. The restroom.
Boy, is this antique, wow.
Yeah, the restroom's down there.
Oh,
If you
okay.
go to the restroom.
Yeah, I've always wanted to come down there, just never did.
As you know, back then they didn't have closets. You didn't have an outside bathroom, so.
Yeah.
That's an armoire over there.
Yeah,
With
yeah.
the Beaver hat.
I have my grandmother's armoire. It looked just like that when I was a kid.
I'm from outside of Galveston. They have shops full of those.
Armoires, yeah.
Yeah.
I always show people this. The mustache cups with all the beards and mustaches nowadays, you might be able to start back
Fancy ones
producing
there.
those. And you might get one to business with those. A lot of ivory and, little I don't know, tatter or whatever, that kind of stuff. This right here, I always point out, this is called mourning jewelry. And it's made out of the hair of the deceased person.
Oh.
Which is Amanda Jones in this case.
Oh, gross.
Amanda Jones Robertson. They're from Simpson area.
Oh yeah, there's a
And inside the
hair in-
locket, there's a piece of hair in there too.
Yeah, I see that.
Wow.
If there's a root follicle, we could actually get her DNA.
Yeah.
They can get it from your
Yeah,
hair.
they used to
if
do
it's
that.
down near the root.
Oh, yeah. Wow, this is those shoes.
And this is a modern ladder here.
This is what I'm looking for to put beside my couch.
Traveling trunk. This is a trundle bed. I guess originally, except for the mattresses, probably about 1940s or so. You remember these?
Oh, yeah. We had them when we were kids.
What, the pot?
Well, that too.
Oh, that was one of those.
Mattress here?
Yeah, little trundle type bed.
Yeah, it's about
Oh,
40s.
that little sewing machine.
This is this sewing machine has a story too. It's in 1859. These singer was invented then. It says Thomas Family Sewing Machine. But it's a pedal type.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Almost
You
looks
just-
like
you just do the
old
pedals.
singer.
But yeah,
Oh, it's like one of the first singers they come out with or something.
It
maybe.
is really small. My mother had a pedal sewing machine.
it was in Mount Hope Plantation, which is the Thomas Plantation over near Ridgeway,
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
and the Thomas store if you've been over there.
No, I'm not from here, so.
Okay. But this was when they raided that plantation house. They didn't burn it, but they stole stuff out of it. They stole this sewing machine.
Oh.
And when it was the guy that works in that office that looks for stuff all the time, he saw it on eBay. And the soldier from Rhode Island, the family decided they were going to part with it.
Mhm.
He even had an apology letter, I think.
Uh-huh.
So we wanted to get it back here. So he went out, the Historical Society purchased it. As soon as the family found out about it, they gave us some material. There's
Is
some
that
right
what
there,
that is?
and there's that right there.
Yeah.
And they think
Oh,
that,
okay.
they think they trained with that. I don't know. See, one sleeve down, one sleeve's up.
Mhm.
Oh,
And-
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's too small to be a skirt. The only thing I can think of is it was a training thing.
Look how
Or
skinny they were back then.
have you ever seen the solid hoop skirts?
Mm-hmm.
Then they got something flowery on top.
Yeah, they had the
So it could-
bustles.
Yeah, it could be something like that. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm surprised there's no fancy molding in the ceilings.
Yeah. I don't know if it ever had any or not.
It might not have.
It would be for a gas light,
You ever
gas
seen
light
one?
up there, I
Yeah.
think.
You ever seen on them westerns where they had something to keep the horse
Oh,
at
door
bay?
stops, yeah. That's why I was trying to find something for the bathroom, but I could never find one.
They're not as popular anymore.
Yeah, they're hard to find.
Well, I got a load upstairs. When they came up and plumbed it, all the whole army came up through Fairfield.
Oh, wow.
This is color coded. Let's see, I think, yeah, the 17th Corps, 15th Corps, 20th Corps was green, 14th Corps, and then Kilpatrick's cavalry went up through here and all. And this is where, let's see if I can find it on here. Remember I told you about Elizabeth Hall? Her family lived up in this area. So, Wheeler's cavalry they were harassing each other all through there. So, and Sherman came up with the 17th on this division, Winnsboro. This is the map that Ed, the guy told me buying stuff. He's from Ohio originally. He's been here about 35 years.
Oh, okay.
We had the 1865 remembrance. We came up with this map. This is 1876 map. It's about as close as we could find for the time period. he did all the work from the original Union records.
Mm.
And anyway, we found an 1854 map after that, had it all
Oh,
done.
wow.
1854 is probably what they used.
Yeah, yeah.
Because in all these write-ups here, you talk about post offices.
Mhm.
1854 shows all the post offices.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well, we do have that on our website too, 1854. All right, a few things upstairs. If you want to do stairs.
Well, I don't know.
Pretty good right here. The bathrooms is kind of skinny and steep. We have had exhibits in here before. If you want to go in there, I'll tell you about a few things. I just didn't want to back you up on that stair.
Quilt patterns.
Yeah, this quilt. There's some sonic stuff here. We had a whole Masonic.
It smells like Graham's attic in here. You smell it?
We had a
Have you
whole,
smelled?
we had an old whole exhibit all the way around that room with Masonic stuff.
Oh, okay.
Now we're doing Christmas.
Yeah.
We've had World War I and II before. These were given to us from the families. They were hanging in the Fairfield Memorial Hospital out there that's now closed.
Uh-huh.
So they wanted them to come here. The guy on the wall over there was a big James McKinney Elliott on the left.
Up here.
Yeah, he's a big cotton. We call a cotton, not manufacturer, but a cotton processor or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Bring their cotton to his place.
Oh, that'd be cool to have that in my fireplace.
Oh, yeah. I have a vintage piece you'd
Wait a
like.
minute.
Oh, that's fine. Do what you gotta do there. Do what
I think it's,
What's this thing?
I ate more yesterday than I used to eat.
you... Oh.
This is George Coleman's desk. Sixth Circuit. This is David Gaillard. There's something right up about him. He's responsible for the major cut in Panama Canal. He's from here. So that's why we have him here.
That's interesting.
This is a.
Oh, wow.
You can go away.
Bring Tom and Leslie down here next time.
Yeah.
Trying to. Oh, here it is.
We can see it fine.
It'll be better.
Oh, yeah, it's fine.
You better than that. I got it now.
And then you gotta turn them all off again.
Eventually. This is a World War I doughboy.
Were those military boots there or just...
Yeah, that's World War II. West Point boots.
Wow.
This is like Spanish American War stuff.
Oh, I had relatives in
This is
Spain.
that. This
We've
is that.
had relatives in every war from Revolutionary War and clear up to almost present.
Yeah, if you've been here a while, most people do. There's where he's looking over the cut in the Panama Canal. This is some pottery that they found.
Oh.
So, here's some old guns. Swords. The number's supposed to tell you what it is, but someone pointed out that a couple numbers are in the wrong place. I mean, oops. This is Webster Anderson. He was a Medal of Honor recipient. From here, he bears blackjack near here. That's President Nixon giving him the Medal of Honor. He's from here. Make sure you get that and then you read all about it.
Oh, I just got a big glare.
Right.
Yeah, I did get that. I was trying to get the uniform and I got a glare.
And there's a naval. War
So you get the window.
Old country store. We used to have a country store exhibit too, and that it's too nice to hide in a closet somewhere. So
Oh, yeah.
put it in storage, so we leave it out. And there's a Army. That's American Red Cross uniform back in the 40s.
Right here.
That's World War II.
Now, is that a military
Now
shop?
this right here, it's very heavy,
I'm not
It's
gonna.
a lead, isn't it?
but you want to try it?
No.
No.
It's okay.
No? Okay, it's really heavy.
You just throw it at each other and kill them. Don't shoot it.
Well, that was for during the war between states, or the War of Southern Independence, or whatever you want to call it. It's not a civil war, because civil war is what's being taught by the victor. The Civil War means you're going to try to overthrow the government. They weren't trying to overthrow the government, they were trying to leave. So, kind of like the American Revolution. This is a Southern Revolution, I guess. Anyway, this artillery shell here is kind of neat. It was a 3-inch order rifle. It's a cannon. If it's rifles, it's very accurate. What they found out, this guy named, I can't think of his name. What they found out is it had a lot of duds. So what they did is they bored a hole in the top here, and they put a fuse. And the artillery guy, they would see so much distance and all that. They'd look on the chart that they made up. They're engineers, they're pretty smart.
Yeah.
In fact, the guy that was the corporal of the gun, he was real smart because he didn't even look at the chart. You have to go by with the round, and he'd look in there, and the fuse didn't look right, he'd send you back. But what the fuse did is when they shot off the round, the flames came out around and ignited the fuse.
Uh-huh.
And that gave them a whole lot more success rate.
Wow.
You know, that wasn't all of them weren't very good to experience, obviously. Bunch of maps. 1820, 1876, 1908, 1962. So we have a bunch of maps here
Uh-huh.
people look at. This right here, I usually ask people who it is. If you've already read it, you probably know. This uniform right here. Everybody tells me it's the Citadel.
The what?
The Citadel down in Charleston, but they're not too far off.
Oh, okay.
The Citadel has flat buttons.
Uh-huh.
The round ball buttons like that, West Point.
Oh, okay. That's where I've seen that before.
But the uniform looks the same. Just the buttons.
Just the buttons are different.
Now
I
these
guess
rooms,
that would have been to wear.
this room here and that room over there, we do genealogy research.
I've done.
Oh, okay.
I've done genealogy in all sides of my family, grandparents,
Wow.
both sides of theirs, and their great grandparents. And
We got a lot of books and stuff and files and microfilm and all that. That's what's in here. And I usually sit over here and work on it.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I've seen that.
I always like to point out this guy. This is Leonidas, wait a minute, let me get it right. Colonel Preston Smith Brooks, Sr. He's actually from Edgefield, but the reason we got him here is he married Governor Means from here, daughter.
Oh,
And
okay.
when she died, he married her cousin. So they're both Means from here.
Uh-huh.
The famous story about him is, you ever heard of the caning incident?
No, I'm not from South Carolina.
Okay, well, Charles Sumner was from Massachusetts. And he was a senator just trashing the South. So he walked down to the floor of the House and said, "You need to apologize and take back those bad words. It's not true unless you've been there." And Charles Sumner wouldn't. So he took his cane, famous caning instrument, and he beat him almost to death.
Oh, wow.
And Charles Sumner had a limp the rest of his life. So it's called a caning incident on the,
Wow.
at the White House, not the White House, but the House of Representatives.
Uh-huh. Wow. He didn't play around.
Didn't play around.
What's the bell from?
It's from a boat or a ship, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's a ship bell though.
Uh-huh.
Not sure about that. Just putting it there to have a place to put it, I
There
guess.
you go. Storage. It is
Maybe we're
storage.
not sure about. Somebody dropped that off here saying that it looked like too nice a picture to be in the trash can.
Oh, yeah. That
Is that
shouldn't be in a
dumpster?
trash. No.
So we asked, African Americans, they come in, we asked if they know who it is.
Yeah.
Come close, but nobody's found them yet.
Oh, that's... Well, maybe somebody will figure it out.
Isaac Woodard's the guy with the
Regardless, she
small
belongs
picture right
here.
Isaac Woodard's the guy that got beat up in Batesboro Leesville during the civil rights.
Up on the top or
No, the smaller picture.
the smaller picture?
That's Isaac Woodard. This is the story.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Sit there and
There we go, that'll work.
His name's Isaac Woodard.
Huh?
And the guy up there, that's Thomas Mentor Lyles. He was a plantation owner in Fairfield.
Oh.
And the reason we have it is the director here. The director, that's her, my great grandfather.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's in the family, so to speak.
We got this.
Let's see. Courthouse, clock tower, old fox hunt. Old fox hunt. They used to do a lot of fox hunting.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm sure they did it up north too, but that's a fox hunt. The guy. Says Columbia, but I think they were like Camden Fox Hunt Club or something. But,
That's somehow they made those long pictures.
yeah. So that's pretty much it. The third floor is where they store stuff, so they don't really like us taking anybody up there.
No.
What was the
I
Winnsboro plant?
mention this.
She was asking what the Winnsboro plant is.
This one
It's still
picture?
here. That's
Where's
Winnsboro Mills. Became Uniroyal,
Where's that
and
at?
now it's a fiber thing.
Where's
If you
that?
go up here to Winnsboro Mills,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know which exactly street, but you can turn over there, and there's a plant over there now that makes fiberglass. I think that clock tower's still there.
Yeah, 'cause we're up on Cedar Street, just a couple streets up.
So it's still there. That's part of the old Winnsboro Mills.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, for 30 years, when Win Mills started shipping out and all that, for 30 years, Uniroyal was in there, Uniroyal Tire.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, right now it's a fiber company.
So that must be like right behind us there.
Yeah.
Between us and the railroad tracks up in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you turn right at the railroad tracks,
Mm-hmm.
go. Who is it? It's like a from China or somewhere. What they do, we call a kid's seat. You stick them in there like that,
Oh, okay.
and then they have toys here or food or whatever, and it rolls. Their feet don't
Got
go out, so I
little
don't know.
wooden wheels.
I guess they just wiggle on it or something.
Oh, it's
Or maybe the
like,
parent had it on a string and pulled it back or something.
pretty like what do you call them? You sit the baby and feed them.
Yeah.
High chair?
High chair.
That's a low chair.
Or a baby stroke, that thing they run around in. You stick them in it,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm talking about?
Like buggies.
Well, they stick them in a little baby thing, and their feet can hit the ground, so they roll
Oh,
around.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's not like that, but you can put
Okay.
feet.
But they can't, yeah. They can't move themselves around unless they hop.
You got anything upstairs or
No.
Well, that's
It's just
where
their
they store stuff,
storage.
not exhibits, so I don't like us to take people up there, but
All right.
like I say, I usually
This
sit right
was
over there.
fascinating.
I usually sit right over there in that chair. We've got some more visitors.